Welcome to the first episode of UCRD News. So we're going to be going over the news coming out of Tamashii Nations 2020. And the first thing here is the Gundam GPO3S from 0083. So this mobile suit is coming out April 2021 at 7,150 yen. I knew this one would get released, in some point in time, just because it's one of the Gundams from Gundam 0083, but now that I get to see it, it's really cool looking. Really nice detail on it, and has a good accessory list. So you got the beam rifle, the shield, the folding bazooka, you have beam sabers, a beam rifle firing effect, a slashing beam saber effect, the little beam blocker for the beam rifle, all the hands, of course. I don't know what those white pieces are above the hands. My guess, hopefully, is that it's either alternate storage for the beam rifle. You have like pieces on the side that are pegged and ones that aren't, depending on how you want to pose them. Or it's docking for the Dendrobium Orchis, which, I want a Dendrobium Orchis. My wallet does not. But we'll see. We'll see what we get there. So, got a lot of neat stuff with that one. Very excited. So the next one here I'm actually more excited about is the Gerber Tetra. This one also hails from 0083, of course, and looks absolutely amazing. It does not have a release date yet, but it has a nice accessory list. You have your standard stuff, your hands, your 3 thruster effects, you have a slashing beam saber effect, the beam rifle effect, and the 2 beam sabers. The handles, you'll notice, look like they have optional storage pieces on them, which is pretty cool. And then that big old thing up at the top is the stern booster. That is an optional detachable booster that the Gerber Tetra uses to get from point A to point B very quickly. But it's a really nice looking figure. It does look like it's going to have to be held up by a stand when it has the stern booster on, but it looks really, really, really cool. I'm really excited for that one, and I hope it's not P Bandai, and I hope it's not too expensive, but we'll have to wait and see. So the next piece here is some colony wreckage that looks like it's going to be part of an accessory kit. So we'll have to wait and see if this one will actually come out. Sometimes they put these displays up and they don't end up releasing them, but this one's displayed with Sima Garahao's Gelgoog. So looks really cool, just held up by a couple stand pieces and has a nice effect to it. So next up here is a new effect part set. So this one has some really nice thrusters to it. You have a bazooka firing effect that looks really good, some beam and machine gun firing effects, and you have a lot of what look to be explosion pieces or maybe slashing pieces. It doesn't show any connectors in here, but we'll see how this all works out. This set looks a lot better than the first one, and looks like it has more actual firing effects than damage effects. So I'm really excited for this one. We'll see how much this one ends up costing when it gets released. This next one here looks like it's going to be a repaint, and unfortunately probably P Bandai. This is the Domtoprint Kimbreed Forces colors from the 0083 line. So it doesn't look like it has anything different, but maybe some new effect parts. But the Domtoprint's already a fantastic release, so I'll be happy to buy a really cool looking repaint. Speaking of cool repaints, we have the Zaku 2 F2 painted in Kimbreed Forces colors. So this one looks very similar to the Earth Federation colors Zaku 2 F2 that they've already announced to be released. But this one's in a little bit different shade, and it also features some different head armor, as well as some other minor differences like the magazine for the machine gun being painted different. You'll see the inclusion of the missile pod on the leg and the boosters on the backpack of the mobile suit. But really, really nice that we're getting this one. Kind of expected, since they're going to start pumping out all these Zaku 2 F2 variants. Those of you who know 0083 really well will notice that there are still 2 variants that they haven't shown yet, and we're actually about to see them. They set up a display with new and bitters all green Zaku 2, as well as the green leg Zaku 2 F2. So maybe we'll get those down the line, I hope. I'm sure Bandai will do that because they're all about repainting something and sticking it back out, but they'll probably end up being P Bandai, which is unfortunate, but hopefully we get them regardless. Moving over to mobile suit variations, we have the GM Trainer that got announced. This is a cool two-seater GM, and it's shown with the beam spray gun and the shield. It's probably going to be a pretty basic release. We'll see if it comes with any effect parts or anything, but this is another MSV release that I've been waiting for, an Earth Federation one too, so I'm really excited for this one. The next MSV one is the GM Light Armor, so we have another Earth Federation MSV suit. This one's in a striking white and kind of red-orange color, and it's shown with the beam javelin as well as the stripped beam rifle. So, again, none of these really had any release dates except for that GPO3S in the beginning, but hopefully we will get this one and it won't cost us a fortune. So this is the only one that is not a version anime figure. This is just probably going to be a standard Robot Spirits release if they actually do release it. This is the Zondo Gay from Crossbones Gundam. So this is a neat looking little mobile suit, kind of goofy looking, but really interesting, late UC figure. They actually showed it, I have a picture of it here, a long time ago. I think it was like over 10 years ago as a prototype, which looks way worse than what it does now, and they just never released it. So maybe we'll actually see it now that they're releasing a lot of this Crossbone stuff. So that is it for all the regular Robot Spirits news, so stay tuned for the Ka Signature line as well as Metal Robot Spirits. I'll have those videos up shortly. Thank you for your support, guys, and I'll see y'all next time.